The price of freedom is death. We're coming to get our check.
Black first, my brothers and my sisters. Welcome to the Afro Elite YouTube channel. I'm your host, Afro Elite. Today is a special one, a special day. We're doing a live. We normally don't do lives on Tuesdays. We normally do just a regular video. But we're doing a one today because we have some very interesting news that we want to discuss. We got a lot of stuff that we want to talk about. Now, without any further ado, let me get started and let me shout out to the people who are here today, because today is not a normal day that we go live. Make sure everything is cool. Copacetic. Shout out to hold on. Have to be in the room. Should have been on time. Okay, shout out to Twin Born, shout out to Royal Me, shout out to Hurricane IQ, shout out to Carmen, Spiritual Rising, our sister Denise, Angus, shout out to every single last one of you. Simo, I see you. Our sister Donna is in here, Emma is in here, I see you all, Alvin is in here. Now, I appreciate you guys for being here because, like I said before, we don't normally go live on Tuesdays, only like a couple times in the whole YouTube lifespan career have we ever gone live on Tuesday. So today is a special one because I really wanted to talk about this. I was going to make a video, then I scrapped, and you know what? I'm like, you know what? Instead of making a video, I'm going to do a live so I can really connect and interact, because I feel like I connect and interact with you all better when I'm on live. All right. So the situation with Johnathan Majors, we're going to get straight into it. We know he's convicted. I'm going to start off by reading this article right here, and it's going to talk a little bit about his conviction, why he was convicted, all that stuff, right? So let's get started right here. Then now this comes, hold on. Oh, I pressed the wrong thing. They switched it up. Okay. This comes from, let me make sure the screen is bigger. You know how I like to do it. This comes from CNN. This was when the news first broke that jury finds Johnathan Majors guilty of assault and harassment. All right. So we're going to find out what this assault and harassment really is. Dun, dun, dun. So it says, New York jury on Monday found actor Johnathan Majors guilty of assault and harassment of his former girlfriend during a domestic dispute. Majors, a rising star who has appeared in Disney's Marvel franchise in Creed 3, was convicted on Monday of one count of reckless assault in the third degree and a non-criminal charge of harassment as a violation. He was acquitted of other charges, other assault charges, and another count of aggravated harassment. So the severe charges, they let him go. They let him go on the severe charges. It was just something very petty. Non-criminal harassment. Non-criminal harassment, what does that? That's very vague. That could literally pretty much mean trolling, because it's not like he was stalking anybody or anything like that. That's not a crime. Now, it says, going down, Majors, who was present in court on Monday, held a straight face while the verdict was being read. He left the courthouse without commenting to members of the media, which was the smartest thing for him to do, is to leave with no comment. You know what I'm saying? This is already a bad situation. I would have, if I was him, I would have advised him to do the same thing. Don't be kicking and screaming out the door or nothing like that. Leave, you still got a little bit of fight left in you. So I think that was the smartest thing for him to do. It says, shortly after the news of the verdict, a source with knowledge of the matter told CNN that Marvel Studios would not be moving forward on any future projects with Majors, who is set to star as the villainous Kang in the upcoming Avengers: The Kang Dynasty. A representative of Marvel declined to comment when reached by CNN. So this is one of the first reports. The first is pretty much official. It is official that Marvel has dropped Johnathan Majors as Kang the Conqueror. So we don't know. They haven't made a statement if they're going to recast Kang or if they're going to move on with another villain. I think, and I have evidence that I am going to show you all, I think that they're going to completely forget about the Kang character altogether. They're going to move on, never bringing him up. And I think I have seen that Marvel, Disney Studios, the MCU, has been planting the seeds to do that for a minute. Marvel has been wanting to make that move for a while now, and they've been planting the seeds to do so. And we're going to talk about that after we read into this, because let's get through the legal stuff first. It says the jury in the case deliberated for about 4.5 hours total before reaching a verdict. The trial, which began on December 4th, stems from a March domestic dispute involving Majors and his former girlfriend, Grace Jabari. Majors had pled not guilty to the misdemeanor charges of assault and aggravated harassment. During closing arguments last week, prosecutors alleged that Majors didn't, quote, now this is what the prosecutors say. Now we're going to play the video. The video that's been that's gone super viral, been circling around the internet. We're going to play that. But this is what the prosecutors have to say about Johnathan Majors. Says, quote, didn't hesitate to use physical violence against Jabari when he grabbed Jabari's right hand, twisted her arm behind her back, and struck a blow to her head. That's what the prosecutor said that Johnathan Majors did. He said that Johnathan Majors literally twisted her up in like a WWE move. He twisted her arm behind her head, and Johnathan Majors, as big as he is and as small as his ex-girlfriend was, this man balled up his fist and knocked her head loose. That's what the prosecution is saying. Despite the fact that there's video evidence, and first off, there's physical evidence, if that happened to the slightest degree, we would know. There would be hella physical evidence if that happened to the slightest degree. But that clearly didn't. And there's a video. Now, going through, it says, Major's attorney reiterated his innocence during her closing arguments, calling the allegations against him, quote, fake, and alleging that Jabari was the aggressor in their argument. Well, that seems to match what the video said. Okay. It says, Majors did not testify during the trial, but he was present in the New York City courtroom for the duration of the proceedings. According to the New York Times, Jabari testified on December 5th that Majors assaulted her in the back seat of the car during the March dispute, which prosecutors said happened after Jabari saw a romantic text message on his phone from someone else. Now, let's break that down. Okay, we connecting the dots here. So, does it make sense that Jabari saw a romantic text? He was, I guess, texting some other girl, flirting with some other girl, and rumor has it that that other girl was more than likely Megan Good, the girl he's dating now currently, or if they are together, the girl he was dating very recently. That's what rumor is. So, you mean to tell me that she just saw his phone, and all of a sudden, with her just seeing his phone, and be like, honey, please don't tell me you're texting another woman romantically. You mean to tell me she didn't do anything? She saw him cheating, and because he was caught cheating, he twisted her arm up and started beating her in the head. That's what the prosecution wants you to believe, because I feel like they're skipping over an important factor right here. She saw her text. Then what happened? Don't get to the point where he reacted. What was her reaction to seeing the text? Because it doesn't make sense that she just saw a text and then next thing you know, he's beating her in the head. That doesn't make sense. No, tell the whole story. And skip the lies too, because nobody was beating nobody in the damn head. Skip the lies. All right. It says, continues to say, quote, "We are gratified to see justice served today by today's guilty verdict. Miss Jabari testified publicly and truthfully." Oh, wow. "Even though relieving these traumatic events on the witness stand was obviously painful." Oh, poor Jabari. Jabari's attorney said in a statement to CNN on Monday, "We are grateful to the jurors and the judge for their attention and patience, and to the Manhattan District Attorney's office for their hard work and support." Yo, with all the real crimes, that we have out here, they want to talk about Manhattan. They want to talk about New York. With all the real crimes they have there, this is what the district attorney's office is focused on. All right. Continues to say, until his legal troubles, Majors had starred in a number of high-profile film roles, with more slated for production. He appeared as Kang in the Marvel film Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, which released back in February. He also appeared in Disney Plus series Loki, which aired its second season in October. Quote, "Avengers: The Kang Dynasty was set to release in 2026. It would have served as the starring vehicle for Majors. It was also set to star in another he was also set to star in another film centered around his Marvel character Avengers: Secret Wars, slated for a 2027 debut." All right. So they're officially, and what they're saying is that instead of it being called Avengers: The Kang Dynasty, right now they're just calling it Avengers 5. They're just literally calling it Avengers 5. It says, with Major's career trajectory already paused during the trial, his professional future is now in question. The actor could face up to a year in prison for the assault conviction. He also faces a max of 15 days in jail and a $250 fine for the harassment violation. His sentencing is scheduled for February 6th next year. Oh, so that's the information that we have on that situation. That's the information we have on that. Now, let me get this off the screen for a second. That's what they said. Johnathan Majors, he was this big bad villain, right? So let's play the clip. Let's play the infamous clip of the night in question. Now, mind you, we have to look at the facts. The girl stayed out. Johnathan went back. They separated after this incident. After this incident, they separated for the rest of the night. Johnathan got a hotel room. He came back to his house where his girlfriend was living. He saw his girlfriend passed out in the it was a closet. She was passed out in the closet. I remember in the previous video I did, I said the bathroom. It was my mistake. It was a closet. He called the police and the police arrested him. So let's look at the infamous video. And let me give full credit. This comes from TMZ. All right. So we don't have any that actually, let me play this just to be super, super safe. Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Okay, here we go. Now this is them. This is where the car starts, right? Oh, my bad. My thing was off, but okay. The whole laptop thing fell, But as you can see, now mind you, let me pause this. My computer was tripping for a little bit. That's why you couldn't hear me talk. I want you to look at this. This is the person. Now the prosecution say Johnathan twisted her arm behind her back and hit her in the head before running off, and his girlfriend at the time is chasing him down. This man is running multiple city blocks, not down the street, not around the house, multiple city blocks. Okay. And this girl is chasing him, running as fast as she can. Because Johnathan, this is around the time when Johnathan was filming Creed, filming Kang the Conqueror. So Johnathan's in really good shape. So that means this girl is running as fast as her legs can carry her to catch up to Johnathan. Look at this. Does this look like who looks like the abuser in this situation? Let's say you don't know who these people are. You've never seen these people before. Who to you? I'm going to ask the chat room something. I want to ask the chat room a question. If you guys think that this situation makes Johnathan look like the victim, I want you to leave the running emoji. Leave the running emoji if you guys think that this situation, let me play it for you, makes Johnathan, fast forward a little bit. Now, this is him trying to force her in the car. She's trying to get out the car. Yes, another good point. She has heels on too. This woman is running as fast as she's probably never ran this fast ever before in her entire life. Johnathan's trying to force her in the car so he can leave her. Okay, she's fighting her way out the car, and then she has him, and he's trying to get away. He yanks and pulls out. Look, first off, do y'all know how? First off, I see a lot of the running emojis. Y'all look at this. Do y'all know how much bigger Johnathan? Look at the size difference. Do y'all know how strong that little white girl must have been for the first yank? And she didn't look. Johnathan yanks one time. That was a good yank. He yanks one time. She's still holding on. And then starts running along with her. This is a strong ass white girl. All that little, she's a dainty little flower. Oh my God, she wouldn't hurt a fly. This is a menace to damn society. Look at her. He yanks and she still got him in her grasp. And he starts like, damn, what do I do? I'm going to start running. She start running with him. That's why he has to stop her, push her away, and yank again. He pushes her away and yank again, and he's starting to run, and she is right behind him like this is a damn horror movie. I'm talking about, first off, the average person with that type of situation, do you think the average person could even keep up with this? The average person would have stopped like, oh, Lord, okay, I'm cool. She is following him like her life depended on it. Multiple city blocks in heels. And the prosecution is going to say she's a survivor of assault. She survived. Who looks like the survivor in this situation? Her? You mean to tell me she looks like the survivor? This strong? Maybe she needs to be the next MCU villain as strong as she is. Goddamn. Lord have mercy. So eventually, Johnathan was able to lose her, and she wound up going out, to party. So that's what you see. Now she's talking to. Now, does she look all beat up and bruised and bloody? Does she look like she's a survivor of assault? She's just having a conversation. Oh yeah, have you seen this big black guy? I was looking for him. He was running around. Have you seen this Negro, this big nigger over here? He's in a lot of movies. Here's a picture of him. Sitting up there looking for a black guy. Now Johnathan comes back around, and you see they separating. Okay. Now you see, look, Johnathan is scared to death of this woman. You see, as Johnathan is walking off, she's sitting up there following him again. Now that was the end of that night. Now this is when the night before. Now remember what I said. Johnathan separated from her. She went home. Johnathan got a hotel. All right. So this is what happened then. So Johnathan is at home, and he's telling the police, hey, follow me up the stairs. Follow me up the stairs. And they're finding her. She's in the closet or whatever the case is. And he called the police because he felt like she might have overdosed or whatever the case may be. Now, I had a lot of running emojis. Who looks like the victim in that situation? Who looks like the victim in that situation? Now, despite what you've seen, despite all the evidence, when she got picked up from the police and she was in the ambulance and they were asking her questions like, how did you get this bruise? How did you get this? First, she was saying, I don't know. And then she was all like, well, me and Johnathan did get into a fight the night before. I just showed you the fight that they were in. And she has these text messages. This comes immediately. This was the first thing that she said after the situation, right? If you guys can't see it, then I don't blame you because it's small. But it says, looking, do you have the keys? Da 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 da. Now this is 6 p.m. It says, please let me know you're okay when you get this. They assured me you won't be charged. They said they had to arrest you as that thing is in the way. They had to arrest you as precaution, or let me see. What does this damn word say? They had to arrest you as protocol when they saw the injuries on me and they knew we had a fight. That's what she's saying. Quote, now this is her. Her is in the gray. I am so angry that they did. I'm sorry you're in this position. We will make sure nothing happens about this. I told them it was my fault for trying to grab your phone. That's not all you did, Grace. That's not all you did at all. All right. It says, I only just got out the hospital. Call me when you're out. I love you. First off, it was my fault for trying to grab your phone. No. And the defense attorney shouldn't have put this out. But this was her initially saying that, no, you weren't beating me and I didn't tell the police. Okay. Now, these words at the bottom, they're very, very blurry. I can't see it. They said, they just called me back to check on me, and I reiterated how this was not an attack, and they do not have my blessing on any charges being placed. I read the paper they gave me about I can't, that word is too blurry. I wish I would have blew this up before. I didn't know it was going to come out like this. It says, and I said point blank that this did not occur and should be removed immediately. So this is her texting him that she's not going to press any charges. This is her saying this. But then when she got on the stand, she was talking about, yeah, he beat me up and he body slammed me and he picked me up and threw me through a table and I couldn't. That was what she was doing when she got on the stand. After texting him, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do this. But she did it. looking more into it, she says, I know you have been the best man. I know you have the best team. Sorry, the best team. And there's nothing to worry about. I just want you to know that I am doing all I can on my end. I also said to the judge to know that the origin of the call was to do with me collapsing and passing out, and your worry as my partner due to our communication prior. Out of care, she promised all would be relayed. This is what she texted him. Let me get this off the screen. This is what she had texted him. Get this. Can I? Where is it? Let me get this off the screen now. Come on now. What you doing? Right? But you can see she lied. Now, let's look at this. We got some more evidence we got to look at. Because this wasn't just about Disney and Johnathan Majors. Also, we have to look at the fact that this, from a legal perspective, whether people want to say, well, Johnathan, he shouldn't have did it. He shouldn't have swirled. He shouldn't have been messing around with them. I fully agree. And we're going to get into that a little bit later on. Personally, I have no idea what Johnathan Majors could have been thinking. I have not a single clue what he could have been thinking. I have no idea at all. Why he picked her that was literally the dumbest decision he could have made in his life. All right. That being said, and we're going to get into that. We're going to dive into that a little bit later. But what we're not going to do is we're not going to give a pass for illegal precedent, illegal prosecution. The prosecution saying, well, I know you are the victim, but I'm still going to charge you anyway. Okay, because you're a black man and she's a white girl. There's a nuance to this situation that we have to keep in mind. This situation, once it reached a legal precedent, once it reached the law, it's gotten bigger than Johnathan Majors. This situation, it's about Johnathan, it's about Grace, but it's bigger than both of them. This is about how the system of white supremacy operates and them keeping the racial hierarchy in order. I was saying this before. It doesn't matter how high class you are as a black man. All right. And let's specifically talk about black men, because that's what we're on in this situation. It doesn't matter how class, how high status, how nothing you are as a black man. All right. Any white person, especially a white woman, can make an accusation and you are done. She don't have to have no status. She don't have to have no money. She don't have to have no class. She don't have to have none of that stuff. She doesn't even have to be correct. She doesn't even have to be correct. She can be proven to lie. She can have proven to lie on you. It doesn't matter. It still does not matter. All right? Her racial status, the power of her race, her whiteness gives her the power that her whiteness gives her, trumps any power that you are ever going to be able to attain in the system of white supremacy as a black man. All right. And it's about time we realize this. For instance, we can look at Johnathan Majors. We can look at Kobe Bryant. We can look at Tiger Woods. We can look at all of these other people who just got an accusation of a white girl. Just an accusation destroyed their careers, hindered their careers. Like, what is it gonna take? We're gonna get into that a little bit later, because I got the video, I got more to say about that. But let's get into the fact that we are still not going to sit up there and be all like, that's what he gets. It's not what he gets. All right. Johnathan did not break the law. So Johnathan should not be legally punished, even if he was off code and his relationship was, even if that's the case, he should not be legally punished. Not only is he being stripped from his role as Kang the Conqueror, which was his biggest role he's ever had, but also he's facing legal punishment now. He's either going to be on probation or face a year in jail time. He should not be legally punished for that. That's where the line gets drawn, okay? So let's look into this. Oh, I'm clicking the wrong thing here. This is the district attorney absolutely refusing to prosecute Johnathan Major's accuser. Now, when more of the evidence started to come out, people are all like, well, Johnathan is going to countersue, and Johnathan attempted to countersue. He attempted to do so. But then the district attorneys are like, well, no, you nigger, no, you won't. All right, that's what the prosecution tried to tell. They were all like, yeah, I know what the law says. I get that, but we just won't prosecute her. We're gonna persecute you, though. We're gonna persecute you. We got to look at it. Let's look at this. It's not that much. It says, the saga of Johnathan Major's legal challenges takes a dramatic twist, with the New York City prosecutor declining charges against his accuser. Following news of Major's accuser, Grace Jabari, turning herself into the New York Police Department, the Manhattan District Attorney's Office announced that they would not be seeking charges against her. The news comes after recent reports of Major's legal team conducting an independent investigation over Jabari's alleged instigation of domestic dispute. I was moving my chair around. Of domestic dispute that led to the Loki star's arrest. So he was in the Kang the Conqueror. So because I know there's a lot of people who might not watch Marvel, but Kang the Conqueror was in the TV show, Disney's TV show Loki. All right. And then it says the Manhattan District Attorney's Office has officially declined to prosecute the case against Grace Jabari because it lacks prosecutorial merit. So he says it lacks prosecutorial merit to charge the woman. Now, that's very interesting, because when you look at this, and you look at this, and you're saying to prosecute the woman who's chasing Johnathan Majors lacks prosecutorial merit. This, to me, looks like more than enough prosecutorial merit to charge somebody. Does this not look like prosecutorial merit? This looks like prosecutorial merit. Right? Doesn't it? Now, let's get back to this. Says, where was that? It lacks prosecutorial merit, for whatever reason, by the spokesperson from Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg. The matter, quote, the matter is now closed and sealed. Now it goes on to say, recent the situation, he's been arrested. Now let's look. Let's look at this. I got another thing I want to bring up. Get this off the screen because I got another thing. Alvin Bragg. Who is Alvin Bragg? And this is why we say, let's look. This is Alvin Bragg. This is the one, the Manhattan District Attorney. This is the one who said, I will refuse to prosecute this woman. I absolutely refuse to. Not going to happen. Won't do it. It lacks prosecutorial merit. Now, he's not going to take this to a grand jury. He's not going to take this. He's not even going to try. He won't even try to do it. No. So this is why we say that this is why you have seen us stop the whole, well, we need more black places and black faces in high places. The black faces in high places stuff. This is why we stopped that. Because this person is a district attorney. Let me ask a question. And we all know, how many white supremacists do you think Alvin Bragg has locked up? How many corrupt police officers in Manhattan, New York, do you think Alvin Bragg has locked up? How many anti-black hate crimes do you think he's hunted down and pursued as vigorously as he has Johnathan Majors? How many? I'm willing to bet you not one at all. None. Zero. None. Nothing. But yet he's going out of his way to go after Johnathan Majors, despite all evidence being on Johnathan Majors' side. But this is why we say, just because you are a black person does not mean you are for black people. It doesn't. Okay? I'm going to go off on this. I'm going to say, and this might, people might feel some type of way about it, but I'm going to say it. I'm going to say, if you're a black person in a high place, to me, that's a sign to double check you. I'm going to be honest with you. I would, not that you're supposed to check everybody, but I would double check a black person who's in a high position before I double check a regular black person. You being a black person and getting into a high position, that to me shows that you might need to be double checked, because you got to go through a lot of stuff to get there. And I'm not saying that that every black person in a high position is a tap dancer. I'm not saying that. I'm not. But I'm saying that you getting in there, me knowing that you're in there and you're black already, more than likely you're going to be against black people. I'm going to be very honest, because we know it. That's just the truth. We know most of these people in these high positions, in this district attorney, in Congress, in any sitting position whatsoever, they don't like black people. They're against black people. We know that, because if it was the other way around, we would see the difference. If having a black face in a high place meant something beneficial for black people, we would be able to see that. We would be able to see what the black mayors do, what the black district attorneys do, what the black Kamala Harris was the district attorney too. Keep that in mind. What the black governors do, what the black city council do, what the black aldermen do, what the black police chiefs do, police superintendents do. We will be able to see that if most of them were not on the side of whiteness. We will be able to see that. But most of them are puppets of white supremacy. Most of them are used as puppets and shields for them more times than not. So I'm not saying that 100% without any alteration or any sort type of exception that they're like that. But more than not, let's be honest, the folks in the high place are the ones sitting up there like, oh, well, no, you need to pull yourselves up by your bootstraps and do this and do that. That's what they are, all right? And that's what Alvin Bragg is. So, Alvin Bragg, I want to see if this is what you do. You're fighting crime, domestic violence. I want to see how you do against these corrupt police officers, since you wasting taxpayer money and funds going after Johnathan Majors over this petty little thing, and y'all only got him with aggravated or third degree assault, which is, they're saying, when when he snatched trying to run away. I'm gonna show you the video again. When Johnathan Majors snatched the first time, as he was trying to run away from this psychotic white chick, or maybe it was the first time or the second time, as he's snatching to run away from her, they're saying this was the assault. How dare you run away so aggressively? How dare you snatch yourself to safety so violently? How dare you? That was this is what he is saying. This is what Alvin Bragg is saying has prosecutorial merit to it. This right here. That looks like an ass whooping if I ever seen one, huh? So that's the situation with that. The black faces in the high places, that's got to stop. Now I want to talk about something else. Marvel canceled Johnathan Majors. Marvel got rid of Johnathan Majors as Kang the Conqueror. I think that Marvel wanted to replace him for a while. Let me pull something else up. Let me see. If you guys know the Marvel show Loki, Loki had Kang. That was the first time of being introduced as Jonathan Majors being introduced as Kang. In the show, he was called the what was he called? The person at the end or something like that. Okay. So what they did is that because he's in season 1 and season 2. So what they did actually is they altered season 2. The ending of season 2, they rewrote that. A lot of people might have missed that, but they actually rewrote. Where is it? It's right here. They actually rewrote the ending of season 2. In the TV show, he's called the one at the end, or I keep forgetting what they call him. But it's not Kang, but he's a variant of Kang. And in the show, he plays another variant. He plays 2 different variants of Kang. This show is supposed to set up Jonathan Majors' theatrical villainy, I guess you could say, as Kang the Conqueror. And it was supposed to, now mind you, this is major spoilers, I guess I gotta say spoilers. He who remains, thank you. He who remains, that's who he is. That's the character he plays. Now, this show was supposed to set him up as the future big MCU villain. He was supposed to be the Thanos level villain in the future Avengers movies. That's how this was supposed to be set up with anyway, right? It says right here, they changed it. Loki season 2 finale had a different altered ending in mind where Loki saves the temporal loom instead of destroying it. So we know there's gonna be spoilers, but in the show, it's hard to explain. There's like a time loom with different multiverses attached to it, and there's a machine type thing that keeps it all together. The one at the end, what they say, he who remains controls all of it. When they save it, because of the Avengers going back in time and doing other things with the timeline and stuff like that, it creates branches where the other Kangs can come in. They were supposed to save the temporal loom, which allows for the Kangs to come in. The thing is that Kang, the Loki was supposed to save it. He saves the temporal loom and allows the Kang dynasty to commence, or he lets the TVA, which is the thing, get destroyed. All right. They literally went back and rewrote the ending, recast. They bought back and they refilmed the thing. They bought the actors back, except Majors, and refilmed it. Well, I don't know if it was except Majors. Some rumors say it was. I'm not 100% sure, so let me not say that for a fact. But they changed it to where Loki destroys the temporal loom and essentially becomes the one at the end. Okay? He who remains. So Loki is technically he who remains now. So, what does that have to do? Like I was saying before, Marvel has been planting seeds of getting rid of Majors for the longest time. Mind you, the conviction just came out. Majors is in a contract. Majors is in a contract, all right? So, let me show you this. What now, Marvel has been, if for those who might not be 100% sure, but Marvel has seen better days. Where I want to show you, Marvel's seen some better days. So let's look at this. What they are trying to do is get rid of Kang the Conqueror. This is them planting the seeds. Look at the date. This is November 10th. The trial, the thing just came out. He was just found guilty literally earlier this year. I mean, a couple days ago. Monday. That was yesterday. He was just found guilty Monday, yesterday. But this is them all the way over a month away planting the seeds that they're going to can Majors. Let's look into this. The Marvel Cinematic Universe has a Kang problem. And you've been, if for the Marvel fans, we've been seeing this. It has a Kang problem, despite the fact that Marvel's problem is not Kang. Marvel's problem is not Kang. It has really nothing to do with Kang. Actually, before I do that, let me show you that Marvel's not been looking that good so far. I want to show you this before, because this is going to really, I just Googled it. This is going to really set the precedent for what I'm going to say. All right. When you look at Marvel is looking bad, look at this. MCU. Now, I want you to see some of the dates. This came before the conviction. Marvel Studios, terrible, horrible, no goods, very bad year. It says, went from wrong with the Marvels. What went wrong for the Marvels? That was their latest movie. 5 reasons the MCU, not just a movie or two, is in trouble. This was a month ago. In Marvel, we no longer trust. A month ago. Worst Marvel movies ranked. Okay, well, that might be a little bit separate because that's not just the MCU. All right. It says Marvel Studios, MCU, how bad writing defeated superhero movies. All right. This was in August 18th. All right. This was a month ago. The Marvels is not bad. Unfortunately, the Marvel Cinematic Universe is. Now it's saying now this is October 13th. Marvel's historic TV bomb is so bad it's still hurting MCU 6 years later. Okay. It was getting so bad they were going to bring back the original Avengers, the original 6 Avengers. And then they were talking about why bringing back the original Avengers is a bad idea. So I'm showing you this to show you Marvel has been doing bad for a minute. People been talking about Marvel's doing the crappy writing, the crappy animation. People been getting on Marvel for a minute. People been saying Marvel's been dead since the end of Endgame, the Avengers Endgame movie. That's what people been saying. So what I suspect is that Disney is trying to use Johnathan Majors as a scapegoat to be like, man, we got a Kang problem. It's really Majors as Kang. Why would they open it up with the MCU has a Kang problem? This is the seed that they've been planting for the longest time. Let's go on to say, it says, while he may have started out as a much needed in the short term for the renderless franchise, short term in the arm for a renderless franchise, Johnathan Majors, time-traveling baddie, I don't know why they call them that, has since become an unfortunate distraction. The actor has been confronting accusations of domestic violence since March 2023, but Marvel's reluctance to distance itself from Kang. Now, keep in mind its reluctance to distance itself from Kang and his many variants put the franchise in a difficult spot. Well, why would they say that? Because even though he still has his legal thing going on, that doesn't mean that Marvel's in it. They're trying to flip it and make it seem like Marvel's in a bad position because of Johnathan Majors, because of Kang. Because we just didn't want to distance ourselves from Kang so much. Well, you did make a contract. Despite his legal thing, he was still in both the Loki TV seasons, and he was still in Ant-Man and the Wasp. And a lot of people who saw Ant-Man and the Wasp said that Johnathan Majors was the only saving factor in that whole movie. He was the only good aspect of that movie, which is what a lot of people who said they saw that movie thought. So it says, sorry, got a crick in my neck. The controversy was especially apparent as Loki returned for its second season. Its season 1 finale introduced Kang, omniscient. Lord, I can't pronounce that. Lord, pronouncing that word. The variant. I don't know why that's twisting my tongue, but omniscient variant, the He Who Remains. This is the character that was in the thing. He wasn't Kang, but he was a variant, He Who Remains, and set the stage for Kang himself to appear in Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. A handful of insiders warned about Major's growing role in the MCU, particularly in Loki season 2. What was there to warn about? Okay, they warned about that. A blustering tell-all from Variety implied that episode 6 put Marvel in an impossible position. They don't see a path to how they can move forward with him, one deal maker told the trade. So they were all like, yeah, they don't see that path. They don't see that path. They want to skip past that. That's what they're saying. They saying that they wanted to get rid of him before they even really started releasing Loki season 2. So before they released Loki season 2, after really the allegations, they was all like, yeah, seems like we're going to have to get rid of this Majors guy. Seems like we're going to have to get rid of this Majors cat. Now we're saying now that Loki's finale is out. However, those concerns were definitely overblown. Sure, Majors is a presence in the finale. However, as He Who Remains, he returns as He Who Remains, as well as the 20th century variant Victor Timely. But the show is still first and foremost about the title character Loki. Tom Hiddleston reaches his final form in season 2. Patenting his own personal brand of time travel and reshaping the entire multiverse in his image. By the time the credits roll, he surpassed He Who Remains as the steward of time. The finale feels like a perfect resolution to Marvel's biggest issue. Why is Johnathan Majors Marvel's biggest issue? Marvel's biggest issue, it closes the book not just on Loki, but the time variant authority, but maybe even the Kang altogether, even on Kang altogether. If you guys have seen this, you would have seen the fact that, yeah, with Kang being how he is, it really closed the book. And with the ending, they could have went either way with it. They essentially made the ending the way they did so they can write him off without it seeming like they don't know what they're doing. That's why they did that. All right. Now, could Loki season finale have saved the MCU? Gave the MCU a chance to solve its Kang problem? Notice how they're wording this. They're wording this as if Johnathan Majors himself is the one who's essentially sabotaging the MCU. Mind you, the MCU has not had a very successful type of movie since the last Spider-Man, where all of the Spider-Man were in this. But they're sitting up there talking about, man, it could they have gotten rid of Majors? They might save the MCU if they get rid of Majors. It's Majors. He's the big bad bad guy. It says, back at the TVA, Agent Mobius, Owen Wilson, and Hunter B-15, Wumi Masuka, discussed the threat of Kang's remaining variants could pose in the future. Now that they know the truth, they're able to monitor each of them, and they won't seem too fazed by any of them. The biggest acknowledgement they gave to the Kang variant potential threat is the mention of one causing some, quote, ruckus in the Earth 616 adjacent realm, which was in the Ant-Man and the Wasp. So y'all know. But in that universe's heroes handled it. The subject to change, of course, especially if Marvel sticks with the plan to build Kang up as a Thanos level and Avengers the Kang Dynasty. But it'd be feasible to phase Kang out of future projects entirely. This is what they've been planting the seeds for. Now, it says, Loki brought peace to the multiverse, at least for a little while. That gives Marvel time to pivot in a different to a different conflict and a less controversial antagonist. All right, you see what they're doing. Now it's saying right here, there's no shortage of characters that could take Kang's place as the multiverse saga's big bad. So they're saying like, it'll be pretty easy. It'll be pretty easy to replace him. Varieties claim that the studio could replace Kang with Victor Von Doom, who is Doctor Doom. That's Doctor Doom, the Fantastic Four villain, Doctor Doom, which may take some time finagling, but the Loki series finale offers plenty of alternatives. Now, here is why I'm saying Disney and Marvel has been planting the seeds to get rid of Jonathan Majors. Because this is not the only article. This is one of many different articles where they're talking about, man, they got to get rid of Kang. Who would be a good alternative? Maybe Doctor Doom. Maybe Doctor Doom. It's no coincidence that everywhere you see they're talking about replacing Kang, they bring up one person, Doctor Doom. They keep bringing up Doctor Doom as if they have some inside information from Marvel that Marvel is looking to replace Kang with Doctor Doom. Because Marvel has not introduced Galactus. Marvel has not, they say Doctor Doom, but Galactus is a bigger villain than Doctor Doom. Marvel hasn't introduced Mephisto. There's a couple of big villains out there that Marvel has not introduced to be the big baddie, the big bad guy of the next Avengers films. There's a couple of them that they could have done that with. But they keep saying Doctor Doom. Keep saying Doctor Doom. And they're saying Doctor Doom because, and I'm going to say allegedly because I have no 100%, I really have no proof, but it seems likely that they had the inside information that Marvel is looking to replace him with Doctor Doom. And I'm here to tell you, it is almost a 100% chance that Doctor Doom, Victor Von Doom, is going to be a white man. They are going to replace Kang with a white man. They're looking like, okay, all of this, us putting black people in the spotlight, and I made a video about this before. Then when they put black people in the spotlight, and then the black people wind up taking more of the spotlight, then people want to say that they're bigger than the white man. Oh no, we can't do that. The big bad guy of the whole MCU, oh, that's too important of a role for a black man to play. We can't let a Negro play that role. What were you guys thinking? This would be the perfect opportunity. Thank God his damn strong ass girlfriend was chasing him down the city. Thank God. That's our excuse to get rid of him. Now we can replace him with a white man. Do y'all think, honestly, that they're going to make Doctor Doom black? In the comic book, so y'all know, Kang is blue. Kang is blue. Kang is not a black man who has like a blue cover. His actual skin, his flesh is blue. So, they hold on, y'all. I gotta get my thing together. My thing just unplugged. But they wouldn't do that. They would not in a million years do that. Get this off here. So this is their whole plot the whole time. Fine, hold on. Get my camera back. This is their plot the whole time. Now, a lot of people are saying that they're not going to be supporting Marvel's movies anymore. Yeah, I can feel that energy. I can feel where people are coming with that. I can feel that, because even if this situation doesn't have to be the end of his career, he could still be Kang. Even if they push some of the movies back, he could still be that. They don't need to. Marvel has had pushbacks before with some of their other films. Marvel, if you guys don't know, Marvel pushed back the Captain America Civil War film. Marvel pushed that film back when they got the rights to use Spider-Man. And they pushed that film back just so they can put Spider-Man in that film. Some people didn't know that. So Marvel has done this before. Marvel has pushed films back before, just so they can use a certain character. So if Marvel wanted to use Kang, they could still use Kang. But the thing is that what they're going to do is, because the MCU is kind of falling apart, not because of majors, because of their bad writing. A lot of their TV shows, it has good episodes here or there. The TV shows, bad writing, kind of falls off. People don't stick with it. The movies, the fight scenes in the movies aren't really that good like they used to be. A lot of people are saying that. A lot of people saying the stories don't make as much sense as they used to. So what they're doing is they're going to be all like, why don't y'all say the MCU has a Kang problem, not a writing problem, not an animation problem. Say it has a Kang problem. And once we get rid of that boy, that nigger Jonathan Majors, everything's going to go back to normal. This is why I say Marvel seemed like they've been planting the seeds for a minute. So we're not surprised. We shouldn't be surprised at all. We should not be surprised. But got to get to it, y'all. Marvel, I think Marvel is bogus as hell for that. Alvin Bragg, bogus as hell for that. Bogus. But we gotta understand. I did not mean to do that. We gotta understand. You can't lie in certain beds. You sleep with dogs and you get fleas. That's what they say. You sleep with dogs and you get fleas. It's unfortunate. I don't wish this on our brother Johnathan, and I hope he recovers. But let's look into this, y'all. Because come on, Johnathan. What is this? I already read the copyright thing. Now this is his girlfriend at the time when he had his girlfriend. His girlfriend was sitting up there telling, I guess his girlfriend has a drinking issue, a drinking problem. So he is getting into it with his girlfriend, or his girlfriend at the time, Grace Jabari. Oh, shout out to Torian. He's getting into it with him or with her because she's ruining his image. Let's take a look at this. Oh.
What are you doing right now? Period. This is actually, period. Do you understand that?
Yeah.
Do you really though, baby? Do you really?
Yes.
Then how dare you come home drunk and disturb the peace of our house when we have a plan? I would like to get to the point where your friends know what job I'm on and go, I think Grace is gonna be out of commission. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I won't.
No. Do you understand that? Because that team, that unit, right? Grace has to be in a certain mindset to support Coretta Scott King. You know who that is? That's Martin Luther King's wife. Michelle Obama, Barack Obama's wife.
I know. I'm not. I shouldn't have gone out. I'm
No,
sorry.
let me just lay it out for you, right? If I'm just gonna say this. My temper, my shit, my travel, blah, all that said, right? And I'm gonna say I'm a great man. A great man. I am doing great things, not just for me, but for my culture and for the world. That is actually the position I'm in. That's real. I'm not being a dick about it. I didn't ask for it. I've worked, and that's the situation. The woman that supports me, that I support, needs to be a great woman and make sacrifices the way that man is making for her and for them ultimately. Last night, 2 nights ago, you did not do that. You did not do that.
I'm sorry.
Which took away from the plan. And the plan is everything. If it was just you in the house drunk, maybe I could have swallowed it. Or I would have felt bold enough like, oh, babe, let's just go to bed. Which I said, I'm just going to go to bed. I'm not hungry, blah, blah, blah. Because Grace isn't here. Why? She was drunk. Why else? She was clogged by whatever was going on. You know what I mean? Fine. I can take that. Fine.
Now, that was from Hype. You got to give Hype their credit. That's not my video. That was from Hype. Let's get into this, y'all. Shout out to Mike. Shout out to Mike for the $5 super sticker. It's going to pop up here soon. Shout out to our good brother Mike. Appreciate that. He says they were going to replace him with a foreign African British actor. And a lot of people are saying that too, because Johnathan Majors is foundational Black American. And they're bringing up a whole bunch of other people that they're going to replace Kang with, like a British actor or something like that. I think if they go with Dr. Doom, they're definitely going to go with a white man. He might be American, he might not be, but he's going to be white. He's going to be white. I really do doubt that they're going to continue anything with the Kang character at all in the MCU. I don't see them bringing up Kang in the MCU at all anymore. I see them skipping over Kang and never bringing Kang up as a threat at all. All right. That's kind of because that's the seeds that they've been planting. So that's the problem. Now, John Boyega. Now let's keep in mind John Boyega. People bringing this up, and I think that John Boyega is a good actor. He was in a recent movie that I really liked. What was that movie called with Jamie Foxx? I forget the name of the movie. It was really good on Netflix. I like John Boyega. John Boyega has gotten into it with Disney because let's keep in mind Disney owns Marvel. Disney also owns Star Wars, which is where John Boyega started coming up as Finn in the character. They cloned Tyrone. Thank you, Torian. That was a good movie. I like that movie for a lot of reasons. That was a good movie. So Johnathan might not be. They might not pick him. Like I'm saying, I think personally they cloned Tyrone. That I like. If y'all haven't seen it, it's on Netflix. I think that's a good movie. It's a really good movie. One of the best movies of the year, in my opinion. But the thing is that I think that they're going to completely get rid of Kang. I don't think that all of this talk about Dr. Doom being the next villain is for nothing. I think they're saying, well, Dr. Doom is the next villain because that's who they're looking at to be the next villain. Now, let's get into what Johnathan was talking about, right? When you want to come up, brothers, and let's just talk to the Black men. When you want to come up, it's better, and I said this before, it's better to be by yourself than to be with a woman or anybody who's not on the same page with you. It's completely better. All right. Shout out to the For the Culture, right? Completely better. The fact that he's going back and forth, this was not their first time they brought up other text messages and stuff like that. The fact that you keep having this problem with this girl, it's not like this girl is out of the blue and you've never had this issue with her. The fact that you keep having this issue with this girl, where is she from? That's what everybody was asking. Where is this white girl from? Where is she from? You picked this girl. I'm talking about this man's on red carpets. This man's one of the biggest Black men in Hollywood. And you get this nobody. She not a model. She not an actress. She not a singer. She not an artist. She not nobody. She's nobody. Who is she? And the thing I'm saying, is the fact that you cannot, and I said this before, you cannot change somebody's frequency. All right. The page that they're on. When you as a man, Johnathan, when you're trying to be on the come up, if you're trying to be like an icon, a Black actor icon, if you're on your path to that, if you're on your path to that, you need everybody who's around to support your path to that. Everybody you interact with has to be a benefit to that path. Now, I'm not saying to exploit anybody. You don't exploit people. You can have reciprocal relationships where I help you, you help me. That's a reciprocal relationship. I do this for you. I help you with this film. We'll help you with this project. You help me with this project, with this film. That's reciprocal. But you need to be with other people on that page. Too often, going to be very honest, too often with black men, when we see black men who are on the come up, when we see black men who are making something of themselves, they have a bad habit of not letting go to the people they knew before. They have a very bad habit of that. As black men, we have to stop that. We have a very bad habit of, I'm on this page and I'm going to drag everyone kicking and screaming with me. No, you do not do that. That's bad. Whether she's black or white, we're going to get on the fact that she's white, because this wouldn't happen if she was black. It wouldn't happen at all. But that's bad. You cannot force anyone to be on that. Coretta Scott King, do you think, because he brings up Coretta Scott King crazy because she's white, but do you think honestly that Dr. King had to sit Coretta Scott King down and be like, you need to be this? I'm Martin. Did y'all see that? It was like glitching. You need to be like this. I'm Dr. King. I'm out here doing this, and you need to be this. You need to be. No, she was already on that page. She already knew the assignment. She already knew what to do and was willing and able to do it. She already knew that. All right. What is going on with my thing? Okay. Hold on. What? Oh, hold on. Okay. All right. I don't know what that. I'll be telling you, stuff be happening on YouTube that's never happened before. I don't know what that's about. But that's the thing is that you don't argue a woman on that page. He was right by saying if you want to be a great man and you want to have a great woman with you, she needs to automatically be a great woman. You can't transform her into a great woman if she's not that way. There was no way in the world that Dr. King could have transformed a Sexy Red or a Suki Hana or any other hood rat into being a great woman. That could not have happened. All right. These women were already great women. Okay, he says, about to join. Torian got the jokes. It looks like I'm about to go into another universe, another dimension, or something like that. But you can't do that. To what I'm saying, you cannot do that. Johnathan's problem is that Johnathan is trying to take this really trailer park trash white woman, because it's not like she's not even a high tier white woman. It's not like she's Scarlett Johansson or Angelina Jolie or any like high class white woman. She's not that. She's some nobody white woman. You're trying to transform her into someone she's into. Coretta Scott King. Really? That's your problem. And I don't know if you knew her before you got married. I mean, but before you got big. But the thing is that you cannot drag and force someone to be on your ship. You need to look, and this goes to everybody, but especially black men who are on the rise, who are on the come up, who's building their brand, building their business, building their career. You need to look at your life like a ship. All right. Look at it like a ship. You are the captain of the ship. Now your girl can be the co-captain. The thing is that your girl is there to assist and compliment you as the captain. Your girl's not there to start changing the direction of the ship. This is why I said before, black men, you need to learn your frequency first. When I say that, I mean you need to learn your own mission, your own agenda. You need to have one. Too many guys want to get with a girl and then build an agenda together. That's not how it's supposed to work. You need to already have an agenda and then be all like, okay, this is my agenda. I let her know my agenda. She wants to be a part of this agenda. I told her what my plans are. She wants to be on board. We're on board together and we're doing this together. That's how it's supposed to work. Okay? That's how it works. You don't get with a girl and be all like, you know what? Let me find something to no. Let me find something to do. No. That's how it's supposed to work. The thing is that he found it too late, because I don't know if he would have kept that woman. He shouldn't have. But when you know that and you view it like a ship, you need to understand this ship getting to its destination, it's 100% on you. I said this before. It is 100% on you. It's nobody else. It's on you. Your decisions, your actions and your inactions will get the ship to its destination. All right? You will go through high tides and storms, but your actions and inactions will get it there. All right? But what's important is your crew, who you have on your ship, who you have in your circle. There's different levels to circles, y'all. There's different levels to circles. Everybody in your acquaintance circle, I'm gonna tell you myself, I got a lot of people I'm acquaintance with, and then I have a lot of people I talk to. There are some people that I can meet and we can schedule a meeting and we schedule a phone call. And then there are certain people who just call me. Those people are in different circles. And then the people who call me, there's a smaller circle in that circle of the people I talk to on a regular basis about more serious situations. That's how you're supposed to operate. Everybody can't be in, and the closer your circle is, the more fragile it is. The more delicate, the more sensitive it is. Everybody can't be in this close circle. Some people need to be in the third layer circle, in the acquaintance circle. If I see you, I'm going to say, how you doing? How's the kids? How's the weather? And that's it. That's the circle. Too many times black men got to be like, everybody got to be in this big, in the inner circle. No, you need to have discretion when it comes to the inner circle. Everybody in my inner circle, there's a lot of people who know me, who I talk to on a regular, not on a regular basis, but I talk to about, working on different projects and stuff like that. I don't talk to them every day or every other day or every week even. I talk to them here and there. Then there are other people I talk to on the very regular basis. You know what I'm saying? I have levels to my soul, and I don't get those mixed up. And another thing is, I will move someone out of that inner circle if need be. Folks can ask about me. There's been multiple people, okay, over the years who've come in, they did some stuff, they messed some stuff up, and they got removed from the inner circle. I'm a coach. Everybody around me are my basketball players. I will put somebody on the bench immediately. Oh, you're not playing. You need to sit your ass on that bench right now. And you better be glad you're not getting kicked off the team. You either on the field, you're on the bench, or you're out the team. That's how it is. Black people, too often as black men, we got a bad thing with kicking people out the group. You need to be more like that. You need to be more, I'll kick you out before I let you in. That's the problem with a lot of black men. You see with rappers and stuff like that, they go back to the hood they grew up in. And they get shot in the hood. They get robbed in the hood they grew up in. Because they still want to talk to their cousins, they friends and their cousins that they was kicking it with. But they friends and their cousins that they were kicking it with weren't on that page. The friends and the cousins they kicking it with have not moved. 5 years ago, they're at the same place they were. The same place they were right now. Think about the people you know. The same people you know right now. 5 years ago, they're at the same place. And 5 years from now, they're going to be at the same place. But too often, we have a problem with letting those people go. And I'm not saying you got to block them. I'm not saying you can't wish them a happy birthday. I'm not saying that. You can't wish them well on Facebook. I'm not saying that, but you kicking it with him? No. John Morant, that's another one. He still want to kick it with the homies. You gotta either get new homies or drop your homies. You gotta get comfortable with traveling your course by yourself. You got to get comfortable with understanding it's going to the road to what they say, the road to success is lonely. The road to success will be lonely. It's lonely at the top. That's the thing when it comes to a lot of black men that we got to understand. It can be lonely at the top. The thing is that you want to have it both ways. It can't work like that. Not unless you're careful. Johnathan was not careful. Okay? And this goes for anybody. Then he's going to get with a white girl. Why would you do that? First off, I don't know how long it's going to take for the black dudes who don't get it. How long is it going to take for them to learn? I don't understand that. I really don't. All right. You literally, here's my thing when it comes to white women, and everybody should understand this. I'm gonna say this once and everybody's gonna get it. Name me a white woman that was upset about Carolyn Bryant. Name me a white woman, any of them, that went out of their way to talk about Carolyn Bryant, to talk about how she needed to be persecuted, to talk about how she needed to be in jail, how she needed to be punished. Name one. Not a single white woman you saw on television, in the movies, even the ones you know personally, said anything. They all knew she was around. They all knew she was there. They all was okay with her getting away with the murder of Emmett Till. They were all okay with it. They were all okay with it. You haven't seen a peep from any of them. They have no problem with any of them at all. None of them. Not one. Carolyn Bryant, of all people. That's how you need to view all white women, no matter how nice they are to you. And that sounds mean. It does. It is. I don't care. I don't care. That's how you need to view every single last one of them. They might be friendly. They might be nice. They might, be very welcoming or whatever the case is. Laugh to your jokes, all that stuff. I want you to keep in mind, she's laughing to your joke now, but she did not care that Carolyn Bryant was able to go free. She didn't care. It didn't bother her. It bothered me. It bothered you. It bothered other black people. It didn't bother her. Just when you look at it that way, you will never make that mistake again. How many times we've seen situations with what's his name? Tiger Woods, O.J. Simpson, Bill Cosby, Michael Jackson, all of these people who get in trouble legally, stuff they didn't do. For white women, how many white women have to destroy black men? How many have to literally destroy a black man before black men start getting it? Not because most black men ain't on that page. So let me not say black men in general like that, but the ones who don't get it. What is it going to take? Kobe Bryant. That's another one. Okay, it was a white woman trying to get Tupac locked up. Mike Tyson. How many times does it take? What is it going to take for them? I want you to know something. When I did my Instagram live, I had somebody who called in and they were all like, you know what? They said, they get treated like what they call nigga lovers. They get treated like nigga lovers when they around a black man. You think that because you want to believe that. Too many black people think that, oh, she on our side. No. First off, this is how you need to look at it. And this is how every other ethnicity looks at it. Is just there are a segment of the black people in our community who are too thick-headed to understand this concept. If they are outside, they can't come in. They cannot come in to somebody's house or whatever the case is, one of your friends' house or whatever the case. You can hang around. You can stay in the backyard. If we invite you over for a barbecue, you can kick it in the backyard. You might be on the front porch sitting on the furniture. Oh, you can't come in the house. Oh no, you can't come in the house. No. You want to use the bathroom? Oh, you can go behind the little shed back there and you can pee behind the shed back there. You can't come in the house. That's how every other group of people look at it. Asians are never going to say, oh no, this person on the Asian side. They are always going to look at you like you are a foreigner. You are an outsider. You will always and forevermore be that. Black folks are the only people who are delusional enough, the ones who are, because I don't think we are here. We in the chat, we're not. But black folks are the only people delusional enough to believe that that sex can make you guys connected. This is the thing I say about interracial sex. That why I advise against it. And I'm not the damn sex police. I'm not the bedroom police. I'm not going to tell people what they can and can't do in the bedroom. But when you understand the areas of people activity, shout out to our brother Nearly Fuller, sex is one of the areas of human activity that the system of white supremacy controls. Too often, black people completely lose that, okay? They can have sex with you and still wake up just as racist as before. You have sex with them and you waking up thinking that the world is getting better. That's the thing. Too often, black people are too confused and weak for interracial sex. They are too confused. I know it sounds offensive. It sounds mean. Black people are too confused and weak-minded for interracial sex. When black people start having interracial sex, then they want to be a part of the whatever other sex they're having, whatever other ethnicity they're having sex with. They have sex with an Asian person. They sit up there eating food with nunchucks and chopsticks. All that stuff. They do that with white people, and then next thing you know, they're talking like this, and they're pronouncing all of their words correctly and pronounced. They're doing all of that. That's why all that stuff needs to stop. I don't know why it took him so long. He's talking about Coretta Scott King, Michelle Obama. I don't know why he said Michelle, but Coretta Scott King, of all women, and you dating this nobody white woman. This nobody, even if she wanted to, she can never be a Coretta Scott King. She can never be that. She can never be a version of that. She can never be a representative like that. I don't know what he was thinking. That's crazy. I'm not here though. Hold on. I'm not saying that he deserves to be locked up. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying the district attorney was right at all, because he wasn't. I'm not going to say because Johnathan was wrong or stupid means that we shouldn't put pressure on the district attorney. We shouldn't put the district attorney on blast. That's the nuance of the situation. But we're talking about Johnathan. Johnathan was thinking completely off. Here's the thing. When you're with your ship, you need to be prepared to literally cut somebody off. You need to be all like, okay, you were in circle A, you're in circle B now. You're in circle C. Based off of their behavior. And it's constantly being checked. They're constantly being vetted. They're constantly being audited. And based off these people, and not just male and female, anybody you're around, okay? Not just, this goes with females to males and females, and males from males and females. Anybody you're around needs to constantly be audited. Oh, okay, this is how you're moving now. You weren't moving like this before, so you were in the inner circle, but you moving like this now? Fine. I'm not, and don't let them know. I don't let people know. It sounds mean. It sounds mean. It sounds mean. I don't really let people know. You know you messed up. You know you did. You know what you did. You know what you did. I will cut you off and have you figure it out. I will have you figure it out. I'm the type of person who will just get rid of you. When you calling and your phone is blocked, you're gonna find out you were blocked. What am I gonna tell you blocked for? You're gonna figure it out one of these days. You're gonna figure it out. You're gonna call a text and it's not gonna go through. That's when you figure out you off the team. I don't got to make an announcement. You just off the team. I'm the type of person, you just go into work and you put your code in and they say denied. I didn't let you know. Now, legally, you're supposed to. I'm just being a little bit metaphorical with that. Legally, and for the ones who hire people, don't do that. But you off. And I might honestly miss you as a person. I might miss you as a person. I might have bonded with you as a person. But like Johnathan said, even though he said it and didn't do it, the mission comes first. The goal comes first. The agenda comes first. I'm not here. My crew is to help with the ship getting to its destination. My crew is not here to alter the course of any damn thing. I'm here to do that. I'm the captain, you the co-captain. Hey, baby, don't touch the wheel. I got the wheel. You check on everything else. Oh, since you want to touch the wheel, let me park this right here. This is your stop. You can get off here. Get off. I'm gonna miss you. I know we had fun. It was cool, but you got to get off. Go. Goodbye. That's what you need to be on. Too often, black men are not on that page. They still kicking it with the Pookies and the Ray Rays, and they bringing up these trailer park trash or whatever the case is. You need to be more discerning with your circle. This goes for everybody. Johnathan, she is white. That's a red flag right there, dude. What is wrong with you, brother? Like, and I hate to say it because I don't think he deserves to be punished the way he is. But damn, dude, damn, you. I'm just disappointed, brother. I'm disappointed. And I'm gonna tell you something. Like I said before, no matter how much of a nigga lover she is, she could be on your arm, whatever the case is. People can grin at her. The system of white supremacy is always going to give white women a chance to flip on you. They will always do that. White women always have a wiggle room. No matter what it is, no matter how rich a black person is, no matter how wealthy a black person is, no matter how famous a black person is, they will always have room to flip on you. They will always have room without any basis, without any merit to say, I was abused, I'm a victim. That's it for you. They always have that. They always have that. And the second they do, the whole society is going to flip on you too. They're waiting. If you don't do it, they'll do it probably. But the second you start flipping on them, you're going to have the whole world back you up. Everybody's going to be on your side and back you up. Everybody. All those white friends that Johnathan made, none of them stood up. None of his celebrity friends really said nothing about nothing. Your friends ain't going to help you. Your friends ain't going to save you. They not coming. Yeah, that's come on now. Come on. Johnathan, you should have known better. For instance, Bill Cosby, for example. Now, the evidence came out that Bill Cosby did not do that when he went to trial. That's why in the first case, it was a mistrial. It was. Okay, if people knew about the first two cases, it was a mistrial because the evidence didn't conclude to him being guilty. They tried him again. But they used a bunch of nobody white women and they plastered them on the media. The second they get a chance to flip, see, when they're young or whatever, and they got this jungle fever going on and they want to be adventurous, they get to do that. White women get to go back. I want you to understand that white women get to always go back. Look at Miley Cyrus, for example. Miley Cyrus, she was Hannah Montana before when she was a teenager. Then she went up and she was doing this rapping thing, rapping about perks and popping perks and doing all this stuff. And she was rapping. She was on the black side and black people, too many black people like, man, she invited to the cookout. Man, she's so cool. And now she's all like, you know what? I want to be white again. And they let her be white. White women will always get a pass to go back. The door is always cracked open for them. Even if it's not open all the way, it's always enough for them to go back. They will always be able to go back. But the thing is that their return needs a sacrifice, and your black ass is going to be that sacrifice. That's what Johnathan Major, your black ass is going to be that sacrifice. They will always let them go back. So don't think that no matter what they say, they down for the black people, they hate racism, all that stuff. You need to understand they are never allowed in the inner circle under any circumstances whatsoever, ever, no matter who they are. I don't care if they're a good person. Don't matter. I don't, and this might seem unfair, and they're like, Afro, how could you say that? I'm saying it. It doesn't matter how good of a person a white person is to be in that relationship. Because I know YouTube gonna take a clip, be all like, cancel them. It doesn't matter. Don't matter. Because they have the privilege to flip on you, that means you have to guard yourself around them at all times. At all times. I don't care how long you've known them. I don't care how nice they are. I don't care how many favors they've done. I don't care how down they might seem. Just because they have that power, even if they don't ever plan on using it, it don't matter. It don't matter. It don't matter. If a person had a button and the button could completely blow the ship up, would you want that person on your ship? If the person had a button and the button is going to take them, they're going to be safe, but the ship is going to blow up. And at any second, they can press this button and they'll be safe. It'll teleport them someplace else, but you and the rest of the crew are going to blow up. Would you want them on your ship? Because that's the power that they have. That is the power that they have. Any second, she could have been like, well, yeah, I mean, while I was hitting him, I was trying to punch him as hard as I could, but he blocked my punch and it hurt it broke a nail. That's it. That is it. That's all they need to say. Lock him up. He's an abuser. Lock him up. Throw away the key. Lynch him. That's what they will say. That's what they will say. They will always have an opportunity to flip on you. It don't matter how nice they are, and all black people need to understand that. They all need to get it before it's too late. You listen, you are either going to play the game or the game going to play you. So you better play smart. You are either going to play the game or the game is going to play you. That is the way it works. You will not be successful moving reckless, or you won't keep success moving reckless. Now, I was about to say Michael B. Jordan, but Johnathan Majors, he got successful, but he couldn't keep it. Becoming successful and keeping success is the same thing. Hispanic women have the same power. Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. All non-black women have that power. All non-black women have that power. You, as a black man, you got to be careful around all women, period. Any female you're around, any of them, okay? Anybody you allow to be on your ship, you have to understand your ship is a mission. You have to recruit people. It's not just first come, first serve. Your ship is a mission. You need to have a reason for everybody on that ship. There needs to be a reason for them being on that ship. When you go to the Navy, when you go to the military, everybody who's on that ship, there's a reason for them to be there. Then they're not there because they knew the captain long enough. Okay? You're not on the mission because you know me long enough. I'm sorry, it don't work like that. You're there because there's a reason for you to be there. All men need to think about that about all women. But with the power to press the self-destruct button, black women don't have the self-destruct button power. That's non-black women because we live in a system of white supremacy. The self-destruct button, especially white women, but the self-destruct button, Asians have that power. The Hispanics, they have that power. Arabs, whoever, all of the non-black women have that power. Okay. And why? Because let's look at the situation with Johnathan Majors. Do you think if Johnathan Majors was really going back and forth with Megan Good, do you think instead of it being Grace Jabari, let me show you this. Do you think if this was Megan Good and Johnathan Majors, it was a black man being chased by a black girl, do you think they would have locked the black man up like that? Do you think he would have lost everything like that? His whole career being destroyed like that? No. No. The thing is, at least when it's a black woman, you got to have some evidence that you did her wrong. But you still got to be careful with them. You still got to be careful with black women. But they don't have the, I can say whatever and your ship is going to blow up. Anything I say, your ship is going to blow up. They don't have that power. That power belongs to white women. And then after the white women, it is really Asians kind of after that, and then Hispanics. The Hispanic and Asians can kind of go, you know, neck and neck, but it's really Asians under that. But y'all keep thinking this system of white supremacy is fading away or it don't exist no more. Y'all keep thinking that. Y'all keep thinking that. Like I said before, I don't think that Johnathan should have been locked up. I do not think that. Or not he's locked up, but he should have been charged at all. Those charges are bogus. I think that Marvel is being bogus. I think that Marvel wanted to replace him for the longest time for multiple reasons. One, to save the MCU or to save what they think is going to cause, because now they're going to say, well, see, we replaced him with Dr. Doom. That was the reason. That was the reason. I think they're bogus with that. I think that the district attorney, Alvin Bragg, we need to watch out for what Alvin Bragg is. Now he needs to be on our radar, especially for the black people in Manhattan. He needs to be on our radar, because the second he lets a corrupt white supremacist cop slide, we need to bring up the damn. But you was on Jonathan Major's case, though. We need to bring that up. And to be very honest, I wish the best for Johnathan. I really, really, really do. I really, really do. I really do. But I'm going to be honest. You can't make that mistake. You are in the system of white supremacy. It don't matter how long you've known her. She does not need, a white woman will never be in my ship. I'm going to tell you that. A white woman would never, I'm Afro elite. A white woman could never be on my ship. No. And there's a reason for all of there's a reason for everybody who's on my ship. There's a reason for them. There is a position that they play, a role that they play. That's how you need to be as a black man. Man. Yep. Johnathan has no friends, and he's learning that now. He's learning that now. Brothers and sisters, we've been on here for way longer than I thought we were. I appreciate you guys for being here. It's a special Tuesday live. We got over 200 people in the room. I appreciate that. We are very, very close. We are very, very close to that 10K. We are so very close to that 10K. It would really help if you guys shared this, because this might be the live stream. This might be the broadcast that takes us there. We every so often we have a few broadcasts that take us like 100, 200, 300. This might be the one that takes us there. So we need a lot of comments. I want to know what y'all think. Let me know that. Hit that like button. Hit that share button. Tune in for more content. Just keep that rolling. Keep that rolling. All right. Now, with that being said, my brothers and my sisters, make sure you guys follow me on my various social media pages, which is Afro Elite on Instagram and then the Afro Elite on Twitter. All right. The links to those are in the description below. Absolutely. For the culture. We're still using that for the culture. Hashtag. Still using that. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure you guys hit that notification bell so you guys will be notified with everything. No matter what we do, everything, you guys will be notified with that. All right. Now, with that being said, my brothers and my sisters, be one salute to every single last one of you all, and you all have a good one.